Hey everybody, so Aspen and I are going to interview Mr. Clardy, who is responsible for this amazing freaking light show every year that we have.
It is amazing.
Amazing.
Y'all should come.
He takes money for charity. He's got a little donation box here and everything. And we're going to have a little talk with him. We're going to ask him a few questions and just find out more about the inspiration and the reason behind this and the cause and where all the money goes to, and just sit back and just enjoy our little interview. It's our first one, so leave a like and subscribe, and we hope you enjoy it.
To 95.7.
If you drive by his house, 95.7, and we'll talk to you later. There you go. Okay, so we're here with Mr. Clardy, Mr. David Clardy, and his neighbor, and you have to tell us your name.
Heidi Landry.
Heidi Landry. So we have a lot of questions. I guess we'll start off by, so how long have you been doing this now?
I've lived here, my wife and I, since 2001, but as far as the animation light show, this is our 8th season as far as doing the animation, broadcasting, the FM transmission, and lights blinking to the music.
So I love it, and my son loves it too. Aspen loves it.
Like, oh my
So
gosh.
if I'm not mistaken, did it start out a couple houses down and then, because there was a house just right down the road.
All right, so a lot of people say that. When I was growing up myself, so you're talking about close to 30 years ago, Mr. Walker, 5 houses down, the house has a name of Shangri-La.
Shangri-La.
He was a gentleman that would be a volunteer for Santa, had his own sleigh and all, gave out candy canes, had a lot of static lights. And when I moved here in 01, he would still walk his little dog each morning, and we would talk about some of his glory days of his light display and those that were touched through the light show he did. And he passed away, I think, 10 or 15 years ago, and so we just carry on, and glad that we can keep up this kind of light
We are
event on this
certainly,
community.
Oh
we
my
are
gosh,
certainly
yeah.
happy about it. I can remember as a child going by Shangri-La and seeing the lights and just knowing when my dad turned down the street what we were about to do, and the smile would be on my face even before we were there. So it's really awesome to be able to pass that on to my son, and we drive by, he just gets super excited. And what we wanted to do was let people know that this is an amazing thing, and not only is it just amazing to see, but it raises a lot of money for charity. So if you want to tell us something about that and what the money goes to and everything.
Okay. So for the first 7 years, we've always done the light show just as a community event, a free opportunity for families to get together and enjoy some Christmas cheer. Rain or shine, the light show goes on. My neighbors have always been either accommodating to the light show or overflow, like Heidi has allowed me to animate her green tree this year, and of course has all kind of other decorations, as well as her best friend on down, kind of a big display as well. Some of the neighbors letting us overflow with the nativity across the street and all, and then other neighbors with their own displays filling in. But my brother, he used to be on the board of Family Promise, and the first year asked if he could just put a little donation box. It cost him $65, put the little box up. He was hoping that it would at least make a little bit more money than that, as far as if he had donated $65 to the charity compared to putting a money box out. And that first year, it was, I believe, around $2,000, $2,200
Wow,
that was donated by the
awesome.
community.
That's a lot.
The last 7 years, I think, is around $12,000 total
Oh my gosh.
for Family Promise. And
Which is way more than you could have ever expected. That's
well, again,
that's really amazing.
it's all about the generosity of the community. Again, first and foremost, community being able to enjoy a free light show. If they've been blessed and wish to share that blessing with a nonprofit here in Anderson, we've given them the opportunity to do so. And then as far as the charity this year, the Cancer Association of Anderson, I was talking with Heidi about what we could do differently. Not that Family Promise isn't a worthy cause, but just wanted to change it up. And with her having strong ties and personally affected with the association, as well as my mom and all, I'll let her share about the
Absolutely.
donation cause of this year, but it was personal to especially her.
Right.
Hi there.
All right, Heidi, if you want to add something to what Mr. Clardy was saying about the donations
Sure.
and the association and everything?
Sure. So the Cancer Association is a local cancer association here in Anderson, and we donate time, effort, energies to residents of Anderson County that have been diagnosed with cancer, any type of cancer, and their families. So we have a couple different programs that we support in the community, and it's wonderful. And this year we are lucky enough to be the recipient of the light show money. So that's pretty exciting. This is the first time that's going to happen for us.
We're excited. We're really excited. And if you come by here, it's right here on North Avenue, right across the street from Ingalls and the main post office here in Anderson. Come by and check out the lights. And there's a little donation box I showed you in the intro video. Drop in $1 or $2, whatever you can spare, and know that it's going for a great cause. And we're going to let Mr. Clardy tell us a little bit more about the lights. All right, so we're going to get into great detail on this now. So anything you want to share with us about all the detail that goes into this?
All right, so there's a lot of programs you can use if you're wanting to animate lights to music. One of the most well-known, but also probably one of the more costly, is Lightorama, which is what I use. The reason I use it, there's a lot of community that's out there that's willing to share their sequences for you to manipulate to your own display, as well as you can go to eBay and other places and even purchase sequences that professionals have done or enthusiasts to be able to manipulate to fit your own show, to save you a lot of time. It can take anywhere from 20 to 40 plus hours to sequence one song, one 3 to 4 minute song, to your house, depending on the number of channels and how meticulous you are on trying to have the lights bounce perfectly in time to the music, and how many times you wish to bounce the lights to the music. You can, I believe, you up to 10 to 20 times per second you can cut a strand of lights on and off, ramp it up, down, shimmer it, all those kind of things. X-Lights is a really good free open forum software that's out there. It takes a little bit more time, but definitely is more budget friendly for those that are interested.
So how long does it take you to set all this up?
All right, so I always like for it to be enjoyable. So about 2 to 4 hours a day is what I like to spend on a pretty day. I might spend 1 or 2 8-hour days if it's a weekend day that's a nice day, but usually between 40-50 hours of light setup time, and I usually start right at Halloween to be able to, again, space it out, take advantage of pretty days when it could be a rainy month, to be able to always start it up on Black Friday. So we always try to start the light show, no matter rain or shine, on the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's ran by a computer. We always try to protect all of our outlets and Ethernet connections. So even if it's a monsoon rain coming down, we still let the show run, as long as we don't break a triple breaker. And we've been lucky for the last 8 years to not triple break. So,
that sounds like a good thing. That's a little bit above my pay grade, but that sounds awesome. So tell me, like, how many feet of extension cord? Any idea?
I've counted it up before. The last time I looked, it was about 1.5 miles, and then we've added some more displays. So it's probably between 1.75 miles and 2 miles worth of extension cords just in our little 3rd-acre lot. The last count was somewhere around 70 to 85,000 lights just in my yard. Wow. But of course, Heidi's yard has a lot of lights, as well as our neighbors on both sides.
Because now we've incorporated neighbors into this, people across the street, everything. So it's become a community thing. And who knows, maybe as each year goes by, we'll just keep going on down the road and it'll be a whole thing. And it's amazing how many people will stop in the median. I've seen probably 10 cars at the most lined up right in the median, but then you always have one car that just drives right by in front of every single one of them, poking and going really slow. I think that eventually they get the message that, oh, okay. So if you come by here, pull into the median, you could turn your lights off, sit for a minute, but as you see more cars getting behind you, kind of start edging along so other people can get a chance to enjoy it. I want to personally thank Mr. Clardy for giving us this time, telling us about this, letting us know about the charity, giving his yard up for this. 95.7 when you come by, and he gives little personal messages, prayer requests, talks about his church. It's very inspirational, motivational. It's amazing. Thank you to Heidi. We appreciate y'all's time. Merry Christmas to everybody, and y'all take care.
Appreciate it. Bye, y'all.
All right, so just to wrap it up, we had an amazing interview with Mr. Clardy. And we're walking along to show y'all all the detail of the lights. And he kind of wanted me to summarize, just reminding you about the donation box right here in front. We got a little donation box right here in front. And just to let you know that the neighbors had gotten involved, and to thank the neighbors, to thank Heidi for adding lights in her front yard. And just to make sure if you drop by, drop a couple bucks in the donation box. He was letting you know that the money all goes to charity. So it all goes for a good cause, and we're going to show you how the neighbors have also gotten involved with it here and on down. And we got a beautiful manger scene across the street. So anyway, we hope you enjoy our video.
If you dare, like and subscribe.
Right, like and subscribe, and y'all take care, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.